Yeah. Welcome to the open book, where truth don't hide, stories ride, and every chapter got that power. Turn the page, now you stepping in, where real ones talk and the fake pretend. From viral heat to deep convo, we write the truth, let the whole world know. This ain't just a channel, it's a movement. The open book, every story, every voice.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha, and I pray that everyone has had a terrific Tuesday. Okay, it is Tuesday afternoon. I know some of you are probably still at work, on your way to get your kids in that pickup line, okay, or heading home. But wherever you are, thank you so much. Please make sure you hit the like button and let everyone know that we are live. And as we wait on some that join us, y'all, I wanted to kick it off a little different today, kind of take us back, because we are going to talk about Diddy. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but y'all, I wanted to have this conversation today because I was driving and today during court with the Diddy trial, some things were coming out. And some of the things are parallel almost to the things that R. Kelly was convicted of. But I've noticed that with Diddy, y'all, this thing is taking a weird turn. Okay, I don't know if y'all been keeping up with it, but it has definitely taken a weird turn. Hi, Life with Merlin. And I'm thinking to myself, man, out of these two, I don't know which one is worse. It's almost getting like, it's getting crazy. And we are only, the second week into this trial. There are still possibly 6 more weeks of evidence that's going to be presented during the Diddy trial. Okay. Now, hi, Treasure Life. Y'all know that R. Kelly was already found guilty of his crimes. And I'm going to kind of go back through and review some of those. And he's now serving a sentence of 30 years. Okay. Now he's been in there, I think 3 of those are coming up on 3 already. He's still got 27 more. Okay. I don't know if he'll serve the full amount or not, but that's a lot of years. Okay. It's still a lot. Life said, I don't know. I'd say Diddy because he allegedly had people. Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm saying. I want us to look at some of the things on both sides. Okay. And of course, we're not judges or anything like that. But I just wanted to look at have this conversation because these 2 men were actually also great friends. They travel in some of the same groups together. Okay. Very well. I'm going to say R. Kelly is a little more talented in that area of singing and the music. Diddy? No. Okay. He was probably a good producer and was, he did some good collabs. Okay. I'll say that. He did some good collabs because I like More Money, More Problems, certain songs that he did. But I think R. Kelly has him beat as far as like the hits. Okay. Now, D said, well, let's say let's say both. Okay. Now, y'all, let's think about first, before we go into Diddy, which is more current, I wanted us to think about some of the things that R. Kelly was convicted of. Okay. Now, the accounts that he was charged with went back to the start of his career back in the 1990s. Okay. With many of it centered on the predatory pursuit of teenage girls. Okay. Now, we did see, even with the Diddy situation, how he was with Cassie. I'm not sure if that was the youngest girl he started dating, because at the time when they were dating, she was like 19-ish. Okay. She was still a teenager. Okay. Now, I don't know if that was the only one that he had been with, but that's the only one I think that's spoken up that we have heard of. But then R. Kelly slept with minors. So, but right, it's like we go back and forth. That's what we're gonna probably do. Go back and forth. I just want to know y'all's thoughts on that. Merlin, I was gonna say that right. Okay. And then in 2022, he was jailed for 30 years after being found guilty of 8 counts of ex trafficking and 1 of racketeering in a New York court. Now, his was in a New York court too. Okay. He was found guilty of 8 counts of ex trafficking and 1 of racketeering. Now, with Diddy, they've charged him with both of those charges. Okay. He hasn't been convicted yet. He has pled, let me just say, he has pled not guilty. And also, let me do my disclaimer. This live is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react to various topics and people. So Diddy has pled not guilty, but those are a couple of his charges as well. Also, R. Kelly was convicted of child sexual abuse in a second federal trial in Chicago. Okay. And then I don't know if they've already charged him for sexual misconduct in Minnesota, but that was a different thing as well. Now, during this whole time when R. Kelly was being charged and so forth, it came out that R. Kelly was also a victim of child sex abuse. Okay. It was detailed in his autobiography of how he was R-worded by a female family member when he was 8 years old. Now, also in the documentary, his brother stated that he too was R-worded by a family member, and his brother stated that it was the sister. Okay. Now, R. Kelly has not confirmed that. And I've always wondered, even when that came out, did his mom know about it? Because they said that his mom worked a whole lot during that time. I would say the difference between the two, and let me also say trigger warning of when that was happening with R. Kelly and when it was happening with his brother. Now, I'm going by what his brother stated. His brother stated that eventually it stopped with him. However, it continued with R. Kelly and the sister. It was almost as though he was getting into it. Okay. And it made me sad because some of his teachers, specifically his music teacher, she talked about how R. Kelly was this quiet young man and he loved music. And I just, and not even thinking about the charges right now, but to think of how his innocence was probably taken and how it changed him and turned him into that which happened to him. Okay. Which brings me to Diddy. Now, they also had today it was yesterday and today. Dee said, yes, the sister did it to both of them. The mom didn't know. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I think she was at work when all of that was happening. Yes, he brought R. Kelly a house in the car. Okay, got you. And they testified, like the agents that found different things in his hotel room and his house. The way they focus in on this baby oil, that's number one, how there was such a great amount of baby oil, but also they had an escort that testified. And I was listening to Jonathan Odie, I think I'm pronouncing it the right way. These escorts also testified that, or Jonathan Odie, he's given an interview, he hasn't testified, but their stories are so similar that when they would come in, Diddy would have them putting oil on Cassie and vice versa. So she would have to put it on the ex-workers. Something, y'all, I don't know. It just hasn't come out yet, but I keep going back to this baby oil situation. This is my opinion. I just feel like something has happened to him in his life, in his younger years, and something significant that stands out in his mind is the baby oil of it. And just like how R. Kelly continued that behavior, then Diddy, I believe, continued. He has definitely, my opinion, seen some stuff. Okay. He's definitely seen some stuff. But I know we laugh about that, making jokes about the amount of baby oil and all of that. But something stands out about that. And the way he likes to choreograph or give them instructions when they're doing it. Why is that too? It's something about that part that's odd as well. And so I keep thinking, now his has not come out. If something did happen, like I said, this is just my opinion. I don't know this to be fact, but I don't know why I just can't shake that. I feel like something had happened, and he continues that and lives through these different encounters, these freak offs. Hey, 2Q, she said, open book. I have R. Kelly transcripts, and I truly think he was wrongfully accused. On what part, 2Q? Do you think he was wrongfully accused? Now, y'all know, before I continue with R. Kelly, speaking of wrongfully accused, y'all, we cannot forget this part. Okay, before he was convicted, we cannot forget this part here.
Let them eat and don't let them out unless they need some shoes down the street from their uncle. Robert, stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing. Robert. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me.
It's the Big Pig song.
Yes. Okay. Iconic list.
You're killing me, man. This is not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can do it. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
At this point, we briefly pause the interview to give Kelly a moment. His publicist helped calm him down.
I hope this camera keep going.
No, we're going to let the camera keep rolling.
This is not true. This doesn't even make sense. Why would I hold all these women? Their mothers and fathers told me, we're going to destroy your career.
But Kelly's emotions remained raw.
It's real girls out there missing. It's real young girls out there being abducted, being raped, okay? They really are on chains. They really do have chains on their wrists, and they can't get out. Robert, and they're ending up buried in deep.
Robert, we have to have a conversation. Really, I don't want you just ranting at the camera.
I came here for them to hear me talk. But I need help.
What kind of help?
This is the kind of help I need.
Yes, what kind of help?
I need somebody to help me not have a big heart, because my heart is so big. People betray me, and I keep forgiving them.
You sound like you're playing the victim here. You sound like R. Kelly. You do. When I listen to you, it does sound like you're playing the victim
I'm just telling the truth. And the reason I'm emotional, Robert, and I apologize for that, is because this is the first time I was able to say something. I've said nothing.
Well, we're also hearing from the family.
R. Kelly, also said that he was not guilty. He said they were lies. And I'm wondering if, because they were earlier in the trial, they were thinking, well, did he get on the stand and testify? I don't know what he's going to say, but R. Kelly stood by that he did not do these things. Now, some of the things that you may have forgotten, okay, that I wanted to kind of bring up today. Back in 1996, y'all, Tiffany Hawkins, there was a case where she sued R. Kelly for personal injuries and emotional distress. Okay. She said that she suffered during a 3-year relationship. She was having, y'all know, relations with Kelly in 1991 when she was allegedly 15 and he was 24. The relationship ended when she turned 18. Okay. Now, this part was suspect. She sued him for $10 million in damages, but she accepted $250,000. I'm like, that was a huge gap. Okay. We went down from 10 million. Okay, so $250,000. That case was settled in 1998. Okay. Now, in June 2002, there is some other stuff. I'm gonna focus in coming current. He was charged with 21 counts, y'all, of making child sex abuse videos involving sexual acts. Now, I think this is one of the things that really stood out, that he had a lot of the cases with the young girls, okay, with girls who were under the age of 18. 2Q said the 13-year-old girl they said he was sleeping with was actually 19 years old. She is just fatigued. There is so much more. Okay. Okay. Hi, Felicia. Welcome. All right. So the Chicago police accused him of taping these acts and enticing a minor to participate in them. Now, all of the charges related to one girl was born in September 1984. And so his arrest stemmed from a video that was sent anonymously to the Chicago Sun-Times earlier that year. And they passed it on to the police, who verified its authenticity with help from FBI forensic experts. Then he had posted bail. He had gotten out on the $750,000 bail. He denied the charges too, okay, in an interview with MTV, and then pled guilty. Not guilty in court, okay? Now, it took 6 years for that case to go to trial, y'all, during which the time R. Kelly released his wildly successful Trapped in the Closet album and was nominated for an NAACP award, prompting widespread criticism. The jury eventually concluded they could not prove that the girl on the tape was a minor, and R. Kelly was found not guilty on all of those charges. So that one, they couldn't prove. Okay, so he did get off, with that, because they basically couldn't prove it. Then from 2002 to 2004, he was charged. Now, one thing I will say, y'all, that we haven't seen just a lot with Diddy. Hi, Rebecca. Hey, Tony, is they kept coming for R. Kelly. Okay. When one thing didn't go through, R. Kelly kept working. Okay. He gets sued. He bypassed it. Okay. He out of there. He make more music. With Diddy, they didn't let his stuff build up. And so now he's in here because I guess he started thinking he was untouchable. R. Kelly was getting sued left and right. Okay. He was getting sued left and right. But with Diddy, yeah, they just kind of let it go over time. I guess they were collecting evidence. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. Okay. High life. So they let his stuff, don't waste my stuff out of my purse. They let his stuff rack up. Okay. So now he is in court. Well, R. Kelly it would be one thing he get away with that. Well, I ain't gonna say get away. He was found not guilty. I don't want to put it like that. Okay. Then 2002, 2004, R. Kelly was charged with a further 12 accounts of producing child sexual abuse images in Florida, where he was arrested at his holiday home. These charges came after police seized a camera during the arrest, which allegedly contained images of him having sex with an underage girl. The charges were dropped when a judge agreed with Kelly's defense team that police lacked sufficient evidence to justify a search. Okay, so during that time, he did not have to go to jail because, hey, it was the protocol. Y'all didn't abide by proper protocol to do the search. Not to say that what they found wasn't real. So he got, hey, that time too, slid on through there. Okay. Then 2017, there was accusations of R. Kelly trapping 6 women in an ex cult. Okay, in this article, they're saying that pretty much that he seduced these young women when he approached them to help them with their music career. Now that could sound similar to the Diddy Cassie situation. Okay, before taking control of their lives. See, I don't know if in this Diddy case, they've been reading some notes from R. Kelly's case. Because see, R. Kelly, they found him guilty, as eventually. So they trying to produce some of the same verbiages as well. Okay, taking control of their lives, helping them with their music careers, dictating what they eat, how they dress, when they bathe, when they sleep, and how they engage in sexual encounters that he recorded. Sounds familiar? Okay, that seems like the same thing over here with Diddy. Rebecca said Diddy screams in court. What do you mean he screams in court? Yeah, I know one thing, because something that came out today I want to talk about when I get over here with Diddy. Baby, I bet Diddy sitting there. I would love to see the look on his face like, sir, people are seeing how nasty you are and trifling you are. Okay, even if he were to get off, y'all, his people, they're not going to look at him the same. Baby, why are they finding lingerie and platforms, boxes of platform shoes in his closet? Was it for him or were they for somebody else? But we'll get. Oh my God. They done brought up Barack Obama's name today. I'm sick of them. Yeah, what happened to Brother Love? Okay. What happened to Brother Love? Now, they also stated that R. Kelly had allegedly confiscated women's telephones, okay, barring contact with their friends and family. The allegations came from 3 former employees and the parents of several women who said their daughters had all but vanished. A lot of people, when that was, coming out, they were torn. Some people were like blaming the parents. Okay, hi Glendoria. Why are the parents allowing their daughters to just go off with R. Kelly? The parents are to blame. Then some people were like, well, he did say that he would help them with their careers and things like that. He wasn't holding them hostage. They could have left at any moment. And I bet if some of those women had a conversation, because y'all know there was a whole documentary done on R. Kelly on Netflix, right? If some of those women had a conversation with Cassie, they would probably have some things in common. I think they felt like he was in control, and if they left, what would they do? They were also concerned about potential danger. He allegedly recorded them. Would that get out? Okay, R. Kelly was something, but Diddy got him beat. Okay, life is saying Diddy. Okay. Yes, the parents are to blame. I wouldn't hand my daughter or son to the Pope. Okay. The Pied Piper. They handed them over to the Pied Piper. You know, like these parents in regards to that, I just feel like these parents were trying to live through their kids. They wanted their daughters to become famous, get money and stuff like that. And hey, we could say the same thing for Usher's mom. Okay? Because she did the same thing, allegedly. Okay. It seems like when Usher had to go to the hospital, because something happened at Diddy's camp, the mom knew about it. And she was about to sue, but she dropped the lawsuit. What happened? Okay, and then you left him. No, I don't care how bad you want it. You don't put your child in that type of position. And then here he goes bringing Justin Bieber. And poor Justin Bieber went through probably Lord knows what. If anything, justice for Justin, okay, throughout this. Because I know he probably watching from somewhere, hoping for some type of justice over that situation. But that's all alleged. Okay, it's all alleged. Diddy did the most. Okay, so Rebecca is thinking Diddy did the most. Okay, let's keep going. So then, let's see, 2017-18, the victims approached the press. Then they went through the mute R. Kelly. His staff started leaving him. He had new cases starting, okay? 2019. Now, this was right around the time when things really got serious, okay? The Lifetime documentary Surviving R. Kelly presented the most comprehensive look at the allegations against him. 2 weeks after the program was broadcast, R. Kelly was dropped by his record company. Okay, things started getting serious. Okay, I think they really had enough proof at this time, and I think they felt that they had him. Planned concerts in the U.S. and New Zealand were canceled. Okay. In February of that year, 2019, celebrity lawyer Michael Avenatti said that he had obtained a video showing R. Kelly having sex with a 14-year-old girl. Weeks later, R. Kelly was charged in Chicago with 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse, and he pleaded not guilty. Okay, that's when he did that interview with Gail. Now, prosecutors filed an additional 11 charges of sexual assault and abuse against a minor aged between 13 and 16. And then the charging documents describe X and oral X with a minor by the use of force or threat of force. The accuser was thought to be one of the women featured in Surviving R. Kelly, who said she met the singer during a previous trial. Lord have mercy. And y'all already know R. Kelly, that whole little time he was allegedly married to Aaliyah. Some people saying it really happened. They're saying it really didn't. So, I mean, look, he likes young women or girls. I'm not going to say young women, more so girls. Okay? Because these girls were underage. Then they charged him with sex or trafficking charges. Okay? In Illinois and Brooklyn, 2 separate federal indictments. So combined, the allegations showed an organized effort, which that's what they're trying to show with Diddy, from the singer and his associates to recruit and transport. See, that's the thing too. They got to prove that part, that they recruited them, that they transported these escorts, okay, ex-workers, okay, just like in R. Kelly's situation, transported these underage girls over state lines for illegal sexual purposes, including the production of child sex abuse images, so he was taking pictures, as well as conspiracy to obstruct justice by destroying evidence and then bribing or threatening the witnesses. So wait a minute. They took it a step further though with the witnesses. Okay, they started trying to tamper with witnesses. Let's see. Let me come back to my comments. Life said, I feel like with R. Kelly, those parents low-key sold their kids, but P. Diddy coerced and abused to a wild level. Ooh, that's a good point, Life. Rebecca said Usher's head had like a nervous breakdown after Diddy. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Hi, AFBM. Arrest Obama, free Diddy. Then was Obama kids. We seen him on the boat with kids. Obama got votes to get kids. We haven't heard that. Justin Bieber left Diddler House and was never the same ever again. Wonder why. Right, exactly. Hi, Real Talk with Pratt. Welcome, bro. Thank you for joining. Yeah. Okay. Never, he was never the same, y'all, after that. We need to hear Hello Life. I did a short yesterday with him. He was everywhere back in the day. He knows things. I just did a short yesterday. His name is Farnsworth. Well, they called him Farnsworth Bentley. Okay, he carried the umbrella. He was there through it all. Okay, at the beginning. Now he eventually did leave. They said that allegedly he had stolen something from Diddy and he fired him, but he knows what the skeletons are. Now he's married to the lady that played the wife of Marlon Wayans on White Chicks. That's his wife in real life. And I think they have a child. But yeah, I need him to come to the front of the class because he knows a lot. He probably did a lot too. So he doesn't probably want to get in trouble himself. But yeah. Why I can't see that person's comment? Easy on Obama now. Oh, I don't know. You can't see it. Oh, so we're gonna get into how Obama's name came up. Yes, okay. I used to think, hey, but life, okay. I don't know. It could be on the DL. It could be by. I don't know, because I used to think that it was something going on. Maybe people change. I'll try to cover. Okay. Prosecutors in Minnesota filed prostitution charges against R. Kelly, meaning he faced criminal cases in 3 states. Now, if anything, I do think that they can get Diddy on that. Okay, I think that they're proving that part. So if anything, he probably gonna be charged of that. That's just my opinion. He was accused of soliciting a teenager who asked him for an autograph in 2001. Kelly allegedly had invited the 17-year-old girl to his hotel room and offered her $200 to undress and dance with him. His lawyer said the charges were beyond absurd. Okay. Now, towards the end of August, Kelly was attacked in his sleep by a fellow inmate. This was in September 2020 in Chicago's Metropolitan Correctional Center. And then his lawyer, y'all, at that time had asked for his immediate release because they said that the government is not ensuring his safety behind bars. Okay. But it was denied. September 2021, that's when the trial began. And basically after that, he was found guilty on all 9 counts. Some people stated Gloria already. Y'all probably know who she is. She's the lawyer for women who have been a lot of women who have gone through sexual abuse and things like that. She said that of all the predators that she had pursued, R. Kelly was the worst. Okay. Now, remember I told y'all that they were trying to tamper with witnesses. Well, in November of that year, a man was sentenced to 8 years in prison after intimidating a witness before R. Kelly's New York trial. Michael Williams set fire to a car belonging to the father of a witness who was due to testify in order to prevent the victim witness from continuing to cooperate. Now, this is one thing I had just told my husband. Y'all know Kid Cudi, he is supposed to testify at this Diddy's trial. I said, oh Lord, please cover that man. And really a lot of these witnesses, because y'all know Diddy already told, allegedly, was it Cassie? Who did he tell that to? Oh, Dawn. Dawn said that he told her that where he come from, people ended up missing if they talk. So, hey, I don't know how true that was, because y'all know Dawn got caught up all up in this egg and skillet story. But hey, okay, all these people just telling. I pray God cover them, because they telling a lot of stuff. All of the people that was dealing with Diddy is coming to court, right? Y'all know Gene Deal is there. Jaguar Wright done been there. I don't know, she's going every day. As much as I want him to ride, Diddy might only serve less than 5 years, but he needs to disappear. Right, life. I was thinking the same thing. I said, you know what? Considering the fact that I don't think he's really been charged with anything big like this before. If he does get charged, man, that man may only get like 10 years. I'll say this. I don't see him with life. Okay. I don't see him getting a life sentence or anything like that. But I don't think it will probably even be as long as R. Kelly's. That's just my opinion. Now, it's still a little early in this process. You know, they still have to show some more evidence. But I don't even think he will get as long as R. Kelly. R. Kelly, in June of 2022, he was sentenced to 30 years in prison for using his celebrity status to actually abuse children and women. Some of the women who were abused by the singer described how he had destroyed so many people's lives as they addressed him in court right before he was sentenced. So he is on year 3. Okay, he would have been in there 3 years. It doesn't even seem like that long. 3 years. Now with Diddy, we're mainly hearing about the situation with Cassie, what all she went through, you know, securing ex-workers to come, you know, and do these different things with them. Now, what is something else that I noted today? They had one of the ex-workers come and testify, and Jonathan Audie, which is the man that shot up at the Trump's golf place or golf club. I don't know if it was the golf club or another facility. When they took him in, he started talking about how he had ex with Diddy and all that. People just kind of thought he was crazy. Well, now his testimony that he gave to the police back then is coming back out because of similar things that are being stated now during the Diddy trial. And it's so ironic that when he was asked how much did he receive, he said he got like $800. Okay. Well, today, the ex-worker that testified said that he gave him $800. Now, they said when they did something extra, they would get a little extra money. Okay. So I believe that guy. I believe the Jonathan Audie guy and the one who testified today, because they have similar stories too. Let's see, what you do in the dark will eventually come to the light. Okay. I'm telling you. They are starting out small, then they will come in with the big guns in the end. That is strategy. Hey, I believe you. I believe you, because they have a good 6 more weeks to finalize all of this. And so then, y'all, something else that came out today during the Diddy trial is his assistant stated that he had all these little drugs and things. Y'all, why did they say that he took I think it was an ecstasy pill that was shaped like Barack Obama's head or face? I said, what? I bet Barack Obama is like, please don't put my name in none of this mess. Okay, what kind of mess is that? I said, and because it was on TMZ, and I said, what do they mean by that? I mean, because his face shape, a lot of people have his face shape. Please don't tell me they got this man's face and the actual pills look like him. I am going to be done if that's what they mean. And somebody in the comments talking about, oh, I used to eat the Flintstones. Mine was shaped like Flintstones, talking about their vitamins. Y'all, if they mean that this man's face was on the pills, I am done. Like, what kind of weird mess is that? Hey, Chew, Chat and Create. I'm chosen is in the building. She said, say what? Hey, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't even say hi first. You see when you said it. I couldn't believe it. Please keep Obama's name out of this mess. And then he also said that he would be around a lot of famous people, and so they would say like who, and he was like, oh yeah, like the former presidents, and he say, do you mind saying which former president? Then he gonna say Barack Obama. You done brought his name up 2 times today. Okay. Please keep Barack Obama's name out of this. They trying to chill. We hoping they still together at this point. Okay. y'all know that it was alleged that Barack Obama was fooling around with Jennifer Aniston. And I said, now they need to get that rumor fixed, because y'all know Michelle is not playing. Okay. We ain't heard nothing else since then. Okay. So I don't know. But now his name is being brought up again. Also, yesterday, two celebrities' names that were brought up were Michael B. Jordan. Okay, that when what's her name? Carrie Morgan, her former best friend, testified that when Michael B. Jordan was dating Cassie, that's when Diddy got jealous. Okay. And then also Usher's name was brought up, that allegedly Usher was around when Diddy hit Cassie. I don't know how many times he was around, allegedly, and all this is alleged, but y'all already know, these celebrities know what's going on. Okay, they have been around at some of these parties. They have witnessed how he allegedly treated Cassie. Life said, I know I was watching Tisa Tells, and she had all the release photos of pills, pink cocaine, lubes, and the whole 9. Yes, they started releasing the pictures, y'all, of the escort stuff that was found in his hotel room, all kind of pills, cash, all kind of stuff. Okay, so we're seeing some parallels between him and R. Kelly. Okay, as far as like the prostitution, trafficking, things like that. And so the question that I posed was, who do you think was worse? Okay, because I mean, it's almost like it's hard to tell, because they both have some really, really horrible things that they have done. Okay, R. Kelly involving children in this stuff, young girls, I should say, involved in this over the course of years, y'all. Then here we have Diddy with Cassie, the things that he's done to her, but also with him, we have alleged murders that he was behind. Okay, we've heard from Gene Deal about the whole day with Biggie, what from the day before and the things that took place that whole day. And then had the nerve, his assistant, and I posted this on my community wall. The assistant said today, he said that Diddy likes to have another car, 2 cars. Every time he goes out, he likes 2 cars. Michael, put that back. One of them riding on the right side, so he won't get assassinated or anything like that. Oh, like Gene Deal allegedly told you to do with Biggie? Because now this is all alleged. This is based off of what Gene Deal was saying. Because he said he had a tip that while they were there, that there was going to be something going on. Okay, I don't even want to go into the details of all of that. But he said that he had suggested to Diddy that he rides in a car next to the one that Biggie was riding in. He was like, "Nah, man, go on and get in. So Combs, Diddy and them, their car went through the red light. But then the car that Biggie was in stopped. And then that's when they shot and underlie Biggie. So it's some stuff that took place that Diddy was aware of, but didn't do anything about it. So now you nervous. Okay. Now that's coming out too. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. Okay, my apologies. Like said, the best friend said you only have to hit me once and love good for her. Hello, reminded me of what's her name that was on uh what's love got to do with it? Her friend when they were in that diner and Ike hauled off and slapped her until she flipped over. She said, "Oh no, you ain't got to hit me but once, baby." She was gone. Okay, and that friend said the same thing. All that in the hotel room where he was arrested, when he knew he was being watched. Tell us everything we need to know. Yes, okay. And he kept it. That's the thing. You knew you were being watched, that they were coming back or gonna come for you, and you still see. He thought he was untouchable. I really feel like that. Oh yeah, she brings the tea. I need. Tisa said she got ADHD. I said, yeah, we can tell. She all over the place. Okay. Oh my goodness. They are equally. Hold on, y'all. They are equally yoked. We just haven't seen all that involve the minors with. So I'm chosen saying it might be more that we haven't seen with the what you call the Diddy. Okay. Now, hey, it might be more. You're right about that we have not seen yet. It might be hard to tell. The fact that Gene, the security guard, is still alive tells me he got evidence stacked away for a rainy day. Okay. And he's at the trial too. Okay. He's at the trial. Who? Buster Rhymes? Or do what? Oh, at the court. Yes, a lot of. Well, my thing is this: a lot of the celebrities that did some dirt with him not gonna show up. Not like we're not gonna see Jay-Z now showing up there. None of them gonna show up. But Gene Deal, he has been speaking out about some of the things that are now being talked about. Okay, now coming out. And I'm wondering, are we going to hear something about Kim Porter? You know, that situation. Has any of her friends or any of them going to be witnesses? I'm wondering about that part too. You know, what did she say? What did she say about Kim Porter? Because there are some other people that he probably had some dealings with that she might have shared some things too. Now, someone said Albie Sure was supposed to testify. I don't know how true that is, because I'm pretty sure Kim Porter may have confided in, Albie Sure on some stuff. Okay, and her friend, what's her name? Because she helps with her girls, and they said that she actually has parts of a book or something. Kimora, I think it's Kimora. The fact that his young daughters are sitting in that courtroom witnessing all this nasty evidence, I know they've seen a lot. Oh yes, I believe that too. I believe they have seen a lot. Okay. But I don't know to what extent. I don't know if it had been to this extent. I think he tried to protect his girls as much as possible. My opinion, those sons know a whole lot. Now, see, that's another thing that's different. R. Kelly does not have children. Okay, he hasn't had multiple women as far as or had a wife, had children and things like that. On the Diddy side, now he has children. They've probably been exposed to, and really when him and Kim were together, did they know of anything that he did to their mom? Okay, arguments. Did he ever put? Well, Gene Deal said allegedly he did put his hands on Kim, but she got back with him. He had to end up going to the hospital. Okay. Like Ike that time in that car. But did they ever witness anything? Because if they did, they might put up this united front, y'all. But inside, even his mom, inside, they know how he is. Okay? They know these people not lying, but they're not going to say anything to get him into trouble. They're going to sit there and look all supportive, doing the little hearts to each other, and know that these people tell them the truth. They know they're not lying. They know what he's capable of. Yes, I heard about that, Rebecca. I was so sorry to hear that. Yes, I saw that 2 days ago, I think. That was sad. Yeah. So when you really like lay it out, it's hard to determine who's worse. It's hard to determine that because they both have some extremes that are not acceptable. Sexual abuse of children, young girls. Then you have possible, on the other hand, possible murders. Okay, domestic violence. Now they have some similarities, of course, but wow, he does have kids. Who? R. Kelly? Really? With who? Oh, you know what? Yes, he does. He does have kids. Thank you, real talk. He does. With what's her name? That's right. How did I forget about that? Now, see, that's another similarity then. They both have kids. Okay. I'm just now thinking about that. Their kids had to endure this. They have to hear all of this about their father. Yes, that's her name. Right. Yeah. They both have to hear these things about their fathers and possibly lose time with their fathers. Okay. Um, I don't know how involved R. Kelly's kids or if they knew about some of the inner workings of what was taking place, but I do believe Diddy's boys were involved. They were allegedly bringing young girls to their house. Okay. He was having phone calls with them while he was in jail. It seemed like they know the business, some stuff about some business. Go take care of XYZ. He was speaking in codes. So I don't know on the other side of that because we didn't hear too much about R. Kelly's kids. I forgot his wife's name. Yeah. Wait, which one? Real talk. R. Kelly's or Diddy's? Hi, TNT. Okay, so TNT said Diddy is the worst. He has bodies. Never heard of Kells blowing up cars and setting up hits on folks. I don't agree with what Kells did, but Amit, I love that man's music. And I played one of his songs in the beginning because I know I have to take it off. But hey, for the people that was here until YouTube says you got to take this copyrighted music, I agree with you, TNT. I think, but I also think too, y'all, I'm just thinking out loud with y'all. Life said, I'm glad they're hearing what he did. Then again, those twins are graduating, going to prom without both parents around, so that breaks my heart. Mine too. I thought about that part too. Yes. I'm wondering, will the people that really knew about those possible murders really come forward and talk about it? Because, I don't know if y'all remember, it was just discovered that there was a check written from Diddy to the guy who unalived Tupac. And the last guy living was supposed to have a court case. Whatever happened to that? Did he ever go to trial? I think his daughter came out and was trying to say some stuff, but I didn't. Oh, yeah, I did hear about that too, but I didn't know if I believed that. I don't know. Something that I don't know. I do remember that coming out, but they didn't really keep going with that. But I think she was she Tasha K? I think she was on Tasha K. I don't know. That one was hard to tell. Wow. Ooh, that was weird, but I do remember that too. So we're gonna see y'all because we haven't even gotten to the tip of the iceberg in this trial. So yeah, like someone said earlier, it may be way more that comes out, and then that will definitely probably lean the scale more towards the diddler. Okay. Al is trying to get information on what really happened to Kim. Right. I hope he does. I really hope he does. But see, this is what I was about to say too. Even with Cassie, okay, I'm noticing with the assistant that testified today with Cassie, Diddy was trying to really make sure he kept his hands clean. He sent people to get the rugs, okay? He told Cassie to get the escorts. and paid in cash a lot of times to these escorts, so it wouldn't be a paper trail. So I'm hoping that they have proof that him or his businesses, because maybe they just haven't presented that yet, was behind a lot of this. Or it's just going to look like other people were doing it and not him. You know, maybe he figured one day this day may come, and he wanted to keep his hands clean. Like even with the Biggie situation, they said that they know how all of that popped off, but they had sealed those records. Okay. So do people already know and people are just not speaking up? Those are things that I've always wondered. Do we think Kim was a victim prior? Yes. I believe so, Life. Yes. In my opinion, I believe she was. Now, I don't think that she went to the extent and did some of the nasty things that Cassie did. Okay, with these escorts and things. No, I don't think he did that with her. He may have tried it, a little threesome or something like that. But all this other stuff and abusing her and things like that, I think he looked up to her. As far as when I say look up to her, as the role of the mother of his children. And when I forgot who testified, they said that that's how he talked about her, like she was his queen or something like that. So I don't think it was to that degree. I think he really wanted someone that looked like J-Lo after he was finished, like as far as with Kim, like we're done. You the mother of my children, we'll kind of come together for them. He really liked J-Lo. And I think he wanted someone to look like her because they really look alike. But it wasn't her. And he did things to her because it wasn't her, in my opinion. I know that sounds crazy. I'm trying to think of, y'all remember like similar to Color Purple. And y'all remember when Celie said he beats me, and Suge was like, wow. And she was pretty much saying, because I'm not you. Like he wanted the benefits of having a beautiful woman on his arms, of this rising star. But it wasn't who he really wanted, if that makes sense. Yes, I believe that would be the nail in the coffin, right? It was unfortunately, he cracked her face too. And you know what? I think, that there was a tussle and they have gotten into it like that. Because I know Gene Deal even brought up a situation. They were on a boat or something. But she got back with him. It must have did something to his wrist or something. He started bleeding. I think she got, what did Gene Deal say? Like a wine thing. And he ended up having to go to the hospital. Yes. Okay. Yes, Gene said he was violent. Right. I remember him saying that. Let's see if I can find that. Yeah, he beat me for not being you. Yes. Yep. He had plastic surgeons on That's crazy. Diddy abused Kim up too. He broke her nose. Yep, that's the situation he was talking about. Threatened her life, hit her in front of. And see, that's what I want to know. Did he ever hit her in front of the kids? I can't stand that long jaw mug mouth mofo prison time. It was a wine opener, right? Okay, so y'all have seen that too. Yeah, because I was like, hey, let me see. Let me see if I can find that scene. Okay, let's see here. Oh, and you know what? Something else that was suspect. Why was Kim Porter's casket ordered 2 months before her death? Did anyone ever find out why? I'm really trying to understand. How was her casket ordered before she was even deceased? Let's see. I'm trying to find. Okay, let me see if this is it.
stuff to get himself in trouble or me in trouble. So a lot of that stuff that is probably happened
So
after
this
I
is
left.
a former body.
You understand? Other than, you know, the swinging stuff that he did with Kim and other guys and everything.
See, that's why I figured he probably did a little bit of that.
Okay, talk to me about that a little bit.
I don't know what you want to know about that, Cam. You know, you're talking about this is your girl, this is your woman. She didn't even have Christian at the time, but you bring other guys in with her, and then sometimes be just other girls and her, then other guys, then guys and girls, and they swinging, they doing their thing, bro. You know, I guess that's what the industry is. They like to swing like that. You know, the rock stars do it. I guess the rappers was doing it too.
Was that stuff surprising to you, or were you used to it being around the music business?
I'm not gonna have Cam. That's surprising to anybody. You know, who gonna have a girl having sex with another man because you can have sex with a girl, or y'all switching and y'all? Nah, man. That's some beyond me. But I know it happens.
Mark Curry has said in an interview that Puff broke Kim Porter's nose when they were fighting on a yacht. Did you ever see anything like that or hear about anything like that?
I never seen Puff put his hands on Kim like that, other than snatching her and grabbing her or something like that. But as far as I heard of the nose breaking. That was something that I heard of that.
I seen somewhere that, you know, he treated J-Lo different than he treated Cassie and Kim.
Well, I know that I never seen him with the play fight like he used to do with Kim, because that's how it would start off. He would start off with the play fight, hitting her with pillows and all like that. I guess that love tap, I don't know, that I wasn't into that. I've never been into that with women. So he would start off like that. Then it would always probably go up to something, a higher level, or where she wanted him to stop playing with her like that because he may have gotten a little too rough for her. But I never seen him do Ms. Lopez like that. And when J-Lo was around, I used to always just call her Ms. Lopez. He would do the flirtation and like have a lot of girls around and then try to play her like that. But, you know, she would check that. And I put in my book one particular night where she was in the we was in the studio and a lot of girls was up there, and J-Lo got, Miss Lopez got mad, and she went home and she put on some jeans and sneakers and put her hair back into a little bun and a ponytail, and she came back to the studio, and Puff had a new song for her because she was heated, and he got rid of all those girls that was in the studio. So he never tried to, straight up, talk to her crazy or anything around people. Never. I never even heard him raise his voice to her.
I told y'all. What did I say? I truly feel like he even kind of put that in a song with Usher. He really loved J-Lo. That's the one that got away, but he did not. He tried it with her, but he saw he couldn't. See, this is why you got to teach people how to treat you, because Cassie allowed it, which is so sad. I'm not saying she deserved it or anything like that. Please don't get my words wrong. He called her moldable. That, I'm going to get her in line by doing this different stuff. And she allowed him to. He kept doing it. It got worse. J-Lo checked his butt, okay? And he really liked J-Lo. Kim, it didn't go so far as it did with Cassie, but he even tried some things with her as well. And that's why I say when those kids sit there, they know that these people are not lying that's on that stand, because they know that they probably have seen who he really is behind closed doors. So I just wanted to highlight that I don't feel that he would have treated J-Lo like that. But J-Lo got up out of there. She left. She just like that friend did when he hit her. Like that friend was really trying to be there for Cassie. Was it Carrie Morgan, the one testified yesterday? She was really trying to be there for her. They up there running, hiding into ditches and stuff, trying to escape from what he was doing. And then he hauled off and hit her with a wooden hanger. And I guess Cassie didn't have her back also on that. And she said, I'm out of here, because Cassie wasn't ready. She really wasn't ready to leave him. Why would you continue to put yourself into danger for a friend that's not ready to leave something dangerous? And I think that's one reason she really, really left. She wasn't putting up with that. Let's see. Rebecca said, "What let a man start off doing something? They feel once you let a man start off doing something, they feel like it's okay." Exactly. Yes. Jenny from the block wasn't playing. Okay. He said she went put her tennis shoes on, put her hair back in a ponytail. Okay. Diddy had mama. Oh, yes. But why does he see TNT? That's the part that they need to dig deep into. I wish somebody would dig into that. He probably learned some of this stuff from his mom. Okay. They have an odd relationship. And it's some with that baby oil. What was going on with the baby oil, mama? Do you know some? Like, does she know? Like, was there anything in his childhood that he liked to play with baby oil? Like, what is going on with the baby oil? His mama exposed him to a lot, yes, at a young age, which caused him to develop a love-hate relationship with women, particularly Black women. You brought up a good point, TNT. I'm telling you, that mama knows what's going on. She could sit there all day and oh, I'm here to support. Yes, you also know what's happening and what happened to him. What has turned him into this? Like that's just something to think about. We kind of have heard about R. Kelly's, his background, but we really haven't. I don't think no one has really delved into Diddy's background. We kind of know about his father, that he, was one of the police informants and lost his life. Kind of heard a little about his mom, but if they went to digging, they probably would find out it's something that happened to him earlier on in his life that led him to do some of these things. And it's sad. It's really sad. So I don't know, y'all. I guess we're going to see, because, wow, quite interesting the stuff that has come out so far. And also some of the verbiage that's being used in this case is similar and echoes that which was used in R. Kelly's case. So it may actually give him some time, as long as they bring the right evidence. She said she left and never spoke to Kathy again because Kathy asked her to sign an NDA. She said that was it. Yeah, after that, because they gave her $30,000 and made her sign an NDA. For one, it was because he hit her with that hanger, but also it came out when the defense cross-examined her that Cassie did not have her back during that time, and she continued to stay with Diddy, and she didn't want any parts of that after that. I think it was because Cassie was extremely young, 19. J-Lo was already grown and established as an actress, so it was easier for him to manipulate Cassie. I agree. Yes, I totally agree with that. Mm-hmm. Cassie talked about the baby oil. She said what Diddy love about the baby oil. Wait, what did she say about it? Did she say why he loves the baby oil? I know she talked about the baby oil and how he always wants to, them to use it. But has she said why he likes? Has anyone ever asked him that? I'm trying to understand what's going on with the baby oil situation, because there's more to that story. I'm sorry. It is more to that story. I don't know if it will ever come out. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Well, I'm going to continue um, to follow this, and of course, see what comes out, um, because it's quite interesting. Like the details today, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just cannot believe it. Okay, she said he likes her to be shiny. Okay, I get that, but where did that come from? I just still, I'm trying to understand where did that, and I know people got weird fetishes. I get it, but I don't know. I'm stuck there with that. I'm stuck there with the shiny. Oh, he likes to use baby oil to make me shiny. Like why? That I don't know. I don't know. It's just this feeling I can't shake. I should still feel like something's off with that. I don't know. But y'all, before we go, my son, we had started writing his book, and he wanted me to show y'all. Y'all know he likes to come on here, but he wanted me to show. We did a cartoon character, and let me show them because I know that came from old school or not. Is that what it is? Real time. Maybe that's what it is. Okay. J-Lo did say she cried a lot when she was with Sean. That's what she called him. Bump that. I would have took his coins and went incognito. Okay. Oil turned Diddy on. Child, I guess. For him to have just an extreme amount of it too. It is crazy. But my baby, he wants y'all to see one of his cartoon characters for his book that looks like him. We put his picture in, and it made him an animated character, y'all. And so y'all know how he comes on here and tells y'all about his book and so forth. But this is Micah Man. This is one little character part in his book where he was nervous. It's so cute how they turned that into an animated feature. But you want to tell them something right quick before we get off?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. He's so excited, y'all.
Make sure you check out my amusement park.
I know that, y'all. Okay, good.
And check out my restaurant. It's called Micah Man's Restaurant. They sell fries and they sell buffalo legs.
Wait a minute, buffalo legs. I've heard of buffalo wings.
Oh, right. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, okay. That's funny.
And check out my church.
Thank you, Rebecca.
It's called Micah's Church.
Okay.
And check out my airport and my pizza shop.
Wow, you got a lot.
And my cake shop and my toy shop and my school and my ice cream shop and my hotel.
Okay. Yay! Good job. But baby, he'll be on going 20 more minutes. Okay, now I'm gonna be fair. I played a little R. Kelly earlier. I'm gonna be fair and play one of my songs with the Diddler. Play a little portion of it before we head out. More money, more problems. Wow. Is it really the money? Yeah, like, okay. And you know what, y'all? I'm hoping, and I know I said that was it, but I hope something else comes out with all of this. Pay those artists the money that he owes them. Like Mace, like who else was it? Somebody else. Even Cassie to me got her cut. Okay. She got it a different way for her 10 album deal, but some others that were saying that some of his other artists that were saying that they didn't get paid. So yes, pay those people their money. That's all I'm saying. Hey, justice for them, and justice for Kim Porter, Tupac, and Biggie, and any other person, Craig, Matt, baby, the list goes on. If they were unalive by his hands, justice for them. I'm telling you. Danity Kane, day 21. Like seriously, it's deeper than this, y'all. It really is. And Justin Bieber. Yes. Biggie's children. Yes. Okay. Whew. Y'all, this is a tough one. Wow. Well, I love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for joining. Make sure y'all click that like button. Also, subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell because you never know when I'm going to go live. Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You just flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share and stay locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher. The open book, every voice matters, every lie shatters. Catch you next page.